Hey guys, welcome
to
Wednesday Night Live, the special edition of the special Christmas special.
Especially for you.
Yeah. Hey, well, we know that Christmas is coming up, and we know that you guys are probably looking for some gift ideas, so we went ahead
and we did the research for you. We know you want that perfect gift for that very special someone. So you know what?
Special.
We went ahead and looked up some ideas for you, and they're gonna be great.
We got you with the top 8 great, not too late, gift ideas. Last week we got 7 for you. Now this week we got 8.
8.
And number 1, the first gift that is super thoughtful that you can get for someone is the Shoulderless jean jacket. All right, check this out. It's
so clean looking.
It's about $59.99. You can find it online. It's really clean. Now, you know when someone has a chip on the shoulder, this could help them with that. Take it off, you know?
That's true. Maybe for your sibling or
everyone's raging about the denim jackets. Well, you could start a new trend.
Takes distress to a whole new level.
You know? Yeah.
All right, and with the number 2 gift, you can get the upside down Christmas tree. And that is for a wonderful price of $39.99.
$39.99.
We know you guys want to keep things trendy. Well, it looks super cool. It's an upside down Christmas tree.
It's just like a Christmas tree, except it's upside down.
Yeah.
And the Christmas presents could go on top. Or there could be more room for the Christmas presents underneath.
That's true, because you want a lot of Christmas presents, and sometimes when the tree takes up all the space, there's like no more room for presents.
But we want to keep the tradition going, but start a new trend.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? At number 3, for the top gift ideas, we got the baby mop. The baby mop is $29.99. You know, you got the little mop pads on the elbows and the knees that go down to the feet. And you know, you got to teach them young.
Yeah, maybe you got a little sibling or a cousin or a niece or nephew, and they're always crawling around on the floor. Well, they might as well get some cleaning done while they're at it.
Teach them young, yep, exactly. And it's if you got to clean and watch the baby at the same time, bam, boom, best babysitter. That's how you do it.
That's true. All right, object number 3. This is my personal favorite. We got the Crocs with socks. You know how it's trendy you wear your Crocs and you got your fuzzy socks on there with it? Well, they're combined now. So all you gotta do is just one thing you gotta put on. You got the Crocs with the socks.
Y'all know the socks with the sandals. We'll take that up a level. And now you got the Crocs with the socks. And you know, when you wear Crocs without your socks, your feet get sweaty. But you don't have to forget anymore because the socks just come straight with the socks.
So convenient.
Yeah, it's really nice.
I want this present.
And since we're on the topic of Crocs, at number 5 for the top gift ideas, we have the Croc Gloves, also known as the Gator Gloves. Super nice. You can still put it in sport mode, and
still got the safety strap.
Yeah.
What do you call it?
The safety strap, the sports strap, and you'll be dripped from head to toe now in Croc gear.
Yeah.
You know, so make sure you get those. I think these are about $29.99. You can find them online somewhere.
Yeah.
And it's nice. It got the little holes in it still. It's perfect for the aerodynamics when you're trying to, I don't know.
Maybe you could use them for swimming. I don't know.
You swim in Crocs?
Let's move on to the next thing. All right, the next thing that we got. You know when people ask,
Number 6.
You ask them what they want for Christmas, and they're like, oh, nothing. You don't need to give me anything. Don't give me anything. Well, we got the box of nothing.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
It's literally the box of nothing. You could buy it for $9.87. And if you don't know what to get them, you just get them a box of nothing. It's still thoughtful, but it's also, it's nothing. And
save a little money too.
And they can't get mad at you for getting you a bad present because you didn't know what to get them, so you got them nothing while still thinking.
They wanted nothing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? At number 7, we got the walking sleeping bag. All right. Now it's pretty cool because it's a sleeping bag, but you can walk in it.
Yeah.
And
it makes so much sense.
You can find this for about $39.99, and the top end ones are about $79.99.
Yeah.
But it's really nice. You got the zippers on the legs, and you could be comfortable while walking around, and you may ask, okay, why not just get him a sweater or some sweats? Well, it's not as comfortable as a sleeping bag, and you guys know that.
Yeah, and you can bring it to your sleepovers. You know how you're always trying to like walk in a sleeping bag at sleepovers?
It's warmer than a Snuggie,
now
too.
you really can walk in your sleeping bag.
You can walk in a sleeping bag
Wear it
now.
all day if you want.
And we've seen you guys do the trends where you put the hoodie on and you put your arms through and your legs through. Well, it's already built like that, and it's
Yeah.
So make sure you get your siblings or your friends those. Super cool present, super trendy. And
all right, last but certainly not least, we have the Man Bun Visor. You guys, this is so clean. You know how you always want to grow out your hair, but you just don't have time? Well, now you get the man bun included in the visor. You just whip that bad boy on, and
sometimes
it looks so good.
Sometimes we're not blessed with the time or the genes for the man bun.
It's
but
true.
let me tell you, if you're trying to go to that golf tournament or you're trying to wear the joggers up to the calf with no socks and some loafers, this is the perfect outfit finisher right here.
Yeah.
You just throw it on and
no one will know either.
No one will
It looks
know.
so natural. Got the messy man bun look.
look real.
Nice.
It will look real good with some
Nice. I'm
hipster
gonna get
glasses
you one
too.
of those actually.
Yeah.
So
And you could get this for $13.22.
it's nothing.
That's nothing. You guys, it's a perfect present.
All right, you guys. Well, thanks for joining us and watching our top 8 gifts. Let us know if you end up getting any of these gifts, or if you're planning to, hit us up in the chat right now. But next up, we have Michael. He's bringing us part 2 of This Christmas. And yeah, we'll see you guys later. Peace.
What's up, students? Thank you again for joining us for Wednesday Night Live. We're so glad that you're here with us online and on our Zoom calls in a few minutes. Again, this wasn't exactly the plan, but we're glad to be here together nonetheless. You guys, this Christmas has already been wild. It's already been crazy for me. I wonder how it's been for you. Has your Christmas been intense? Has it been stressful? Has it been busy? Has it been hard to keep up with changing guidelines and changing rules? Has it been hard to keep up with life? Man, when things get stressful, when life gets stressful, sometimes I find myself becoming a bit of a Scrooge. You guys heard of Scrooge? You know that guy from A Christmas Carol? It's a ancient tale from Charles Dickens, and there's been over 32 movies made of A Christmas Carol. The basic premise is you've got this guy named Scrooge who is having a real bad time, okay? He is super negative. Everything he sees, he treats with negativity. I feel like, at least for me, in this Christmas season so far, staying positive has been a real challenge. Heck, staying positive in 2020 has been a real challenge. It just feels like there are so many things that are coming at us, that are changing, that are harmful, that are crazy, that make us feel like a bit of a Scrooge. And maybe you're sitting there thinking, this Christmas is totally Scrooged, okay? It's gonna be totally negative. It's gonna be a bummer. 2020 can't get any better, can't get any worse. Maybe you're thinking going into this season that this Christmas is gonna be the most Scroogiest Christmas yet. But what if this Christmas could be the best Christmas yet? What if it doesn't have to be characterized by negativity? What if it doesn't have to be characterized by complaining? What if this Christmas we could change our attitude and be a little bit less like a Scrooge? Scrooge is famous for this little phrase that he said a whole bunch. It says, bah humbug. Check this out.
Merry Christmas, Uncle.
It says, bah humbug.
Humbug.
Bah humbug.
Humbug. Humbug. Humbug. Humbug. Humbug.
Is it excessive yet?
Humbug.
We're just going to keep watching. Don't worry,
You
guys.
don't mean that, I'm sure.
Humbug. 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 Humbug.
All 32 of these Scrooge episodes.
Humbug. Humbug.
Okay, look. Bah humbug. What does it mean? That's just Scrooge's way of saying forget this stuff, okay? He is so frustrated. He sees people being happy and he says, bah humbug, forget you guys. He sees them being excited about the holiday season. He sees people trying to come together and be as family and he says, bah humbug. The reason why is because this guy is filled with negativity. He's filled with negativity. And if negativity starts to fill us, we start to say stuff like bah humbug, except with a few different amounts of letters and in different placements and a lot of different vowels and consonants. But what happens is that our negativity starts to impact those around us. I mean, even just today, it felt like things kept going wrong and would get messed up, and then I would get frustrated, and normally I'm a pretty even-keeled guy. But when things go wrong, when I get stressed out, I find myself bah humbugging a lot. Maybe you've been there. Maybe for you, things haven't gone as planned yet this Christmas. Your year didn't go as planned. Your family vacation didn't go as planned. What you were planning to do for Christmas hasn't gone as planned yet. And you're finding yourself in a spot of negativity, which would make it easy to believe that this Christmas isn't going to be the best Christmas. But here's a way that we can deal with being a Scrooge, deal with the negativity, and it starts here. We're going to start with our attitude. If you don't want to be a Scrooge, start with your attitude. Now, I'm not just talking to you. I'm talking to me. I'm talking to all of us. All of us have an opportunity when we encounter things that don't go our way, that frustrate us, that offend us, to choose to be a Scrooge or to choose to change our attitude. You know, this is an idea that comes straight out of the Bible. Came straight out of Philippians chapter 2. No, not 1 through 11, but this time we're at verse 14 and 15. And here's what Paul says. He is writing to the poster children of Christianity. Like, these are the people who were on the front page. They were the epic Christians. They got it figured out. They were well thought of by everyone. They had figured this stuff out. But there was still a gap in their lives that they needed to grow in. And one of those is this. He says in chapter 2:14, do all things without grumbling or questioning. Another translation puts it as complaining. Anybody feeling convicted yet? I know I have. I know I am. I look at a text like this where it says, do all things without grumbling or complaining. And I want to grumble at that. But the reality is that grumbling and complaining, they are markers and indicators of negativity. I know that just this past week, I was on my way down to go hang out with my brother for his wedding. We were going to have a ton of fun. But as we were going down, we got to downtown Truckee. We were going to go get dinner, and everything said on their websites that it would be closed at 10 p.m. And so we go down to this little place called Como. It's our favorite taco place in Truckee. Plug. We go down there and we roll up into Como and we roll into the restaurant, and there were the employees sitting there at the bar, and we said, hey, can we still sit here? Can we eat here today? We'd like to get some tacos. And they look at us and say, oh no, we're closed. Hey, you guys, as much as I like to think I'm even keeled, when you're in a situation like this, I find myself needing to push for what I deserve, right? And at that moment, I deserve to sit there and eat my favorite Truckee tacos. And so what I do is I'm like, yeah, but, and I pull out my phone, on the website, it says you guys are open till 10. He says, oh yeah, that's not updated. And then they just kind of leave us there. Como was no longer my favorite, but they literally said, you can't sit here, you can't eat here, it's not updated, time to go. And so I grumbled and I complained. I walked, oh man, we were gonna get the best tacos before your wedding, and now it's like closed. And then we go to the next place. It was closed too. We go to the next place. It was closed too. No one had the right times on their website for what was still open. I was so frustrated until we ended up at a little place called Best Pies Pizzeria with my boy Tyler. Shout out. We get there and it ended up being the best experience imaginable. All my grumbling and all my complaining was for nothing. It was going to work out the whole time. God had a plan the whole time. We were going to end up at this little pizza place called Best Pies Pizzeria. And let me tell you, it was the best, okay? The pizza ate itself as you were eating it. Like, the guy hooked it up for us because my brother and sister-in-law were about to get married, and he gave us this massive bowl of ice cream and warm pizza dough and cinnamon all sprinkled on it, all wrapped up into one with like a bunch of chocolate syrup on it, for free. That's right, for free. You see, I had no idea how that night was gonna pan out. But my frustration and my anger and my grumbling and complaining started to take over and influence my perspective of the night. Have you been there where you're frustrated and you find yourself grumbling and complaining? Paul says, don't get stuck in that spot. Don't be a Scrooge. Don't say bah humbug. It's going to work out. He says, don't do grumbling and complaining. Instead, do this. You're going to be blameless and innocent children of God without blemish in the midst of a crooked and twisted generation. What Paul knew in the first century, and what is true about today as well, is that everybody loves to complain. We do. It's fun. It's fun to complain. It's fun to find other people who will complain with us. It's easy to grumble. It doesn't take a whole lot. You don't even have to form words. You're just like, "Rah." It's so easy to grumble. But what Paul's saying is that not grumbling, not complaining is going to stick out in a crooked and twisted generation. That was in the first century. Fast forward to 2020, like not grumbling and not complaining about how crazy intense 2020 has been sticks out in our generation. You guys, there's an opportunity on the table that says if we would choose not to grumble, not to complain, we're going to stick out. And when it says, as the verse continues, as he says, we will shine as lights in the world. We'll shine. The love that we have and the joy that we have in Jesus that lets us face things that would normally make us horribly negative and choose not to complain, choose not to grumble. What that does is that's going to shine the light of Jesus to other people. They look at the person who's unshakably happy when Como is closed and says, what's wrong with you? You should be mad that they don't have the tacos ready for you. It's bigger than that though. It's any kind of frustration, any kind of anger, any kind of situation that doesn't go your way. Choosing not to grumble and complain is going to shine in this world. You guys, there are 3 questions that we can ask ourselves this Christmas to unscrooge our attitude. You want to unscrooge your attitude, and maybe you don't have a Scroogey attitude, but let me warn you, it might be coming here in a couple days, depending on how things go in your life, in the lives of those around you, and in our country and in our world. You might find yourself being negative. So here's 3 questions to ask yourself to unscrooge your attitude. Check it out. Question number 1. What do you do when something goes wrong? When something goes wrong, do you choose to grumble and complain, or do you choose to be grateful and to celebrate? Do you grumble and complain, or do you be grateful and celebrate? What happens when something goes wrong? You can ask yourself that tonight. What do I do when things don't go my way? When I have a way that I want it, a way I want something done, a way I want things to happen, a way I want Christmas dinner to go, a way I want the gift to be wrapped, a way I want, fill in the blank for yourself here tonight, people. Whatever your way is that you want, what happens when you don't get it? Do we grumble and complain, or are we grateful and celebrate what we do have? The last question to ask yourself is this: what do you do when you're offended? What do you do when you're offended? Because I don't know about you, but in the holiday season, a lot of what happens is we get into arguments with each other. We offend each other. We're stressed, we're Scrooged up, and we start to step on each other's toes and we get offended. What do you do when you're offended? Do you grumble and complain? Or are you grateful for what you have, celebrate that person and say, you know what, let's make this work? That's the way to defeat it. So ask yourself these 3 questions this Christmas to unscrooge your attitude. And I want to leave you with this thought. This is how, right here, this idea, this is how this Christmas could be your best Christmas yet. Last week, we talked about how to deal with family relationships. The key to those family relationships is to forgive as Jesus forgave us. And here's the next one, focusing right in here, right in the heart. What do we do with our Scroogey attitude? Look, we're going to combat grumbling and complaining with being grateful and celebrating this Christmas. If we choose to be grateful for what we have, for what we've been given, for the people around us, for what God has done, for the way he's revealed himself to us, if we choose to celebrate the fact that we even have family around us, or celebrate the fact that we even have friends around us, or celebrate the fact that we even have breath in our lungs, if if we choose to be grateful and to celebrate, this Christmas could be the best Christmas yet. Guys, we love you. We're for you. Look, week to week, day to day, we're trying to make decisions for the best outcome we can. So stay tuned to see what's going to happen next. We may do the tree lighting, we may be online again, but we will make a decision soon. So stay tuned for that eventually on socials and on emails. You guys enjoy your Zoom groups. We'll see you soon.